Salam. In the headlines, the Supreme Court nullifies election of all APC candidates in Zamfara State over flawed party congresses. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar raises alarm over alleged plan to rope him into crime, indict, and prosecute him. Rivers State Governorship Election Tribunal grants governorship candidate of AAC, Biokpa Mabo Awara, leave to inspect 2019 governorship election materials. And on the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Theresa May announces resignation. And now the details. The Supreme Court has nullified the elections of all the candidates of the All Progressives Congress in Zamfara State in the 2019 general elections. The five-man panel of the Apex Court, led by the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, declared the first runners-up in the 2019 general elections in the state as the winners of all the posts earlier declared to have been won by the APC and its candidates. Justice Paul Kalinje, who read the unanimous judgment, upheld the decision of the Sokoto Division of the Court of Appeal to the effect that the APC did not conduct any valid primary election and as such had no candidate for any of the elections in the state. The court described the votes pooled by the APC candidates in the elections as wasted, adding that the party and the candidates with the highest votes and the spread in the various elections were the valid winners. With this judgment, candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who are the first runners-up in the polls, are the beneficiaries. The Supreme Court has also dismissed the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate in Ekiti State, Kolapo Olushola Eleka, challenging the election of Governor Kayode Fayemi. The five-man panel of the Supreme Court, led by the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, unanimously held that the appeal challenging the outcome of the poll lacked merit. Justice John Okoro, who read the lead judgment, affirmed the judgments of both the Ekiti State Election Petition Tribunal and the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal, which had both dismissed the petition challenging the outcome of the July 28 poll. The Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal has dismissed the suit seeking to stop President Muhammadu Buhari's inauguration. The suit was filed by the Hope Democratic Party and its presidential candidate, Ambrose Awuru, in a lead judgment delivered by Justice Joseph Nyekechi. The tribunal dismissed the application for lacking in merit. Respondents in the suit, which include the president, his party, the All Progressives Congress, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, faulted the application and asked the tribunal to dismiss it for lacking merit. In another development, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has raised alarm over an alleged plan by some people to cause crisis in parts of the country and accuse him of being responsible. Atiku said the arrangement being planned was aimed at smearing his personality. He made the allegation in a statement made available to newsmen circulated by his media advisor, Paul Ibe. He said the strategy was for some people to be apprehended for causing clashes and be made to mention Atiku and some members of the People's Democratic Party as their sponsors. The former vice president also called for the arrest of the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, for his unsubstantiated allegations against him. The Rivers State Governorship Election Tribunal has granted approval for the governorship candidate of the African Action Congress, Biokpa Mabo Awara, to inspect materials used in the 2019 governorship election. The Justice G.K. Kaigama-led tribunal gave the order following an application by Awara's counsel, Rotimi Aremu. Correspondent Victor Ziama reports that an application by Awara to scan the personal documents of Governor Nyesom Wike, including his age declaration and others, were refused by the tribunal. Counsel to Awara, Rotimi Aremu, told newsmen that the approval gives them the opportunity to get more evidence to prosecute their matter.
We applied to the tribunal for us to have access to some documents that we felt are necessary for us to prosecute the petition on behalf of the first petitioner. That's all. It's what we asked for that they granted to us. The one that were refused were actually personal documents of the candidate of PDP. And I think they've said they give us the leeway. If you want it, you can come back and apply and put them on notice. Because now they were not put on notice, we'll just have this one that are by electoral act of right for us. But if we feel we still need those one refused, just one document. I think the document is deposed in 2014 or thereabouts.
Some of the documents requested by the governorship candidate of the AAC include the certified true copy of the unit result of Governor Wike's CTC of governorship results declared by INEC, voters register, INEC guidelines for the 2019 elections, and others. The alleged weak nature of the institutions of government in Nigeria informed the governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Chief Isaac Wonwu, to withdraw his case from the governorship election tribunal. This, according to Chief Wonwu, who, while explaining his reasons for withdrawing the suit, said the perceived weak nature of government bodies like the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Nigerian Police discouraged him from pursuing the case. Wonwu particularly disclosed that his party was not allowed access to the electoral materials used for elections by INEC, which would have made it difficult to prove his case. The Labour Party candidate also noted that it needed to join hands in moving Rivers State forward. Also encouraged him to withdraw his case from the tribunal.
We have challenges in our electoral system, particularly our democracy. Our political and democratic processes have suffered remedial setback, particularly the weakness of our institutions, including the INEC, the judiciary, the police, and even the military. These have actually created a very serious impediment in pursuance of our petition. We have suffered challenges in getting materials to prove the elections as claimed by INEC. We have also suffered setbacks in proving that election was actually held or not. And we also felt that the system has suffered quite tremendous shortfalls. Hence, we considered to drop our petitions.
He also charged Governor Nyesom Wike to live up to his promise to run an all-inclusive government. You're listening to the World News Today on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, we'll be back with more news before the foreign scene.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
From River State Internal Revenue Service. As part of measures to kickstart the informal sector drive, the River State Internal Revenue Service is scheduled to meet with the leadership of professional bodies, trade groups, and artisans in the state as follows. Date: Thursday, 23rd May 2019. Professional bodies. Time: 11 a.m. Friday, 24th May 2019. Associations and artisans. Time: 10 a.m. Venue: Port Harcourt Room, Hotel Presidential, Port Harcourt. Formal invitation letters have been duly circulated. All those who are not covered in this first phase of the stakeholders' engagement shall be contacted accordingly. For further information, please call 084-550-050. Signed, Management, River State Internal Revenue Service.
And on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Welcome back, and you're still listening to the World News here on Today 95.1 FM. It's 9 minutes after 12. The River State government have withdrawn one of the 3-count charges against the former majority leader of River State House of Assembly, Chidi Lloyd. Chidi Lloyd is facing 3-count charge of malicious destruction of public property, attempted murder of state lawmakers Kelechi Nwogu and Michael Chinda. But when the matter came up for plea in court, Justice Chinwedu Nwogu struck out one of the charges, which borders on malicious destruction of public property, following the presentation of a nolle prosequi filed by the State Attorney General Zacchaeus Adango through the prosecuting counsel, Godwin Obla, who was represented by Adeyemi Damilare. Adeyemi Damilare told the court that it is in the interest of the state government to withdraw the charge against the accused and grant him pardon, which was not opposed by the counsel to Chidi Lloyd. Speaking outside the court, counsel to Chidi Lloyd, Azunda Onyekwere, expressed hope that affliction will not rise the fourth time.
The charge for today against the defendant, against Chidi Lloyd. And in our reply, we told them we are not opposing the application, but that let the affliction not arise for the fourth time, because they have preferred charges against him in 2015, the same Office of Attorney General withdrew the charge. In 2016, they preferred the same charge on the same subject matter, and the same Office of Attorney General entered nolle. And in 2017, the same Office of Attorney General preferred another charge against him, and they withdrew in Court of Appeal. Now in 2018, the same Office of Attorney General again referred charges against the accused person or the defendant on the same subject matter. So we are saying that let the affliction not arise for the fourth time. Not when the man exercises his fundamental human right any day, anywhere. The Office of Attorney General will run to court and prefer charges against the accused person.
Adeyemi Damilare, on his part, stated the reasons for his client's decision to withdraw the charge against the accused, who is a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in the state.
So he is a law unto himself. The constitution gives him power to prosecute and withdraw. And the law, the court, and the Supreme Court have said that this power cannot be questioned by any person. So as far as the law is concerned, nobody, even including the court, as heard in the case of State against Ilori, can question the exercise of the power of the Honorable Attorney General of Rivers State, pursuant to Section 211 sub 1C of the 1999 Constitution as amended. So it has been decided since 1983.
Correspondent to Change Radio reports that the court adjourned till the 27th of May and 5th of June for plea on the two other charges bordering on attempted murder. A River State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists has condemned the high rate of kidnapping and killings in various communities in River State. It has therefore called on the state government to wake up to its responsibilities and curb the barbaric acts. The NUJ, in a statement issued after its state working committee meeting, urged the state government and security agencies to be more proactive in putting a stop to the series of killings in the state, especially in Ogoni communities. The union also charged the security agencies in the state to concentrate their energies on tackling the security challenge that is threatening the transportation sector along the East-West Road. In the statement signed by the Secretary of the Council, Ike Wigodo, it regretted that the state government and security agencies have not been proactive enough to secure the lives and property of the people of the state, stressing that the first responsibility of any government is to secure the lives and property of the citizenry. Adding that the time for playing politics had gone, the union urged the state government to support the state government to support the security agencies in tackling the issue of insecurity in the state headlong and with all the seriousness it requires, and also bring to book those involved in the criminal acts, reminding the state government that the high rate of insecurity in the state was inimical to the economy of the state, as it is capable of scaring away investors from the state. A family member of the hairstylist Oluwatobi Saka, who was shot dead by unknown gunmen around Rumola on Aba Road, has expressed concerns over alleged extortion by police personnel. The elder brother of the slain man, Yemi Ade, alleged that police personnel attached to Kala Police Division demanded for 20,000 naira before they could have access to the corpse of his late brother. Ade, who was speaking against the backdrop of difficulties encountered in gaining access to the corpse of his younger brother for burial, complained that the police officers collected the said sum without carrying out any investigation. Ade called on the Commissioner of Police, Usman Belel, to intervene in order to retrieve the 20,000 naira extorted from his family and correct other wrong actions.
But to my surprise, no police personnel came for any interview and for any investigation. We did not see any police at the scene of crime. But when we went to make efforts to get the corpse to go and bury, so I was shocked. The police asked us to pay money before they gave us the card. And the money we paid was 20,000 naira. Kala Police Station took 20,000 naira from us before they gave us the card, which we now use to go and get the death certificate. So I don't know why they would take such amount of money from us for someone that died. There was no investigation. They didn't come to visit the scene of crime. Nothing. And at the end of everything, they went to us 100,000 naira. After negotiation, we ended up giving them 20,000 naira.
The River State Police Command is yet to react to the allegations. Obstetric gynecologists are advocating for better health care for pregnant women to avoid obstetric fistula during delivery. This is coming as the world marks the World Obstetric Fistula Day 2019, and obstetrician gynecologist Rosemary Ogu, in an interview with correspondent Elfreda Alerici, advised women to seek better health care to avoid obstructed labor during delivery.
And it happens because the woman didn't have care during delivery. We must end all these morbidities and mortalities affecting women when they are trying to give birth, when they are trying to carry out their God-given responsibility of reproduction, of perpetuating the world, of keeping populations alive. And one way of preventing VVF, obstetric fistula, is to ensure that the woman has care during childbirth. Most of our women are poor. Poverty is a big issue, and so they're looking for the cheapest place to go and give birth. And this cheapest place translates to deadly consequences.
Obstetric fistula, also known as obstructed labor, is a condition in pregnant women where delivery becomes a problem during labor. The theme of this year's World Obstetric Fistula Day is Leaving No One Behind. And on to the foreign scene, a rebel leader accused of orchestrating deadly attacks in Rwanda's border regions have pleaded guilty to terrorism and other charges and admitted to working with foreign governments against Kigali. The admission of conspiracy by Kaligzit Nsambi Mana, a spokesman for the National Liberation Front, risks further escalating tensions between Rwanda's President Paul Kagame and his immediate neighbors, whom he has accused of spying. Nsambi Mana was arrested last month for his involvement with FLN, an insurgent movement blamed for attacks inside Rwanda from a forested area near Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nsambi Mana pled guilty to 16 charges, including terrorism and murder, and offered an unconditional apology for his crimes. British Prime Minister Theresa May has announced that she will step down as Conservative leader on June 7th after failing to persuade members of Parliament to support her Brexit deal. May, who spoke outside her Downing Street residence, said it is and will always remain a matter of deep regrets to her that she has not been able to deliver Brexit.
I will shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold. The second female Prime Minister, but certainly not the last. I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
BBC reports that the resignation will signal the formal start of a leadership contest during which May would remain as caretaker Prime Minister. And now to end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. The Supreme Court has nullified the election of all APC candidates in Zamfara State over flawed party congresses. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has raised an alarm over alleged plan to rope him into a crime, indict and prosecute him. We also told you that the Rivers State Governorship Election Tribunal has granted the governorship candidate of the AAC, Biokpama Awara, leave to inspect the 2019 governorship election materials. And on the foreign scene, Theresa May has announced a resignation as the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. And that was the news, is edited by Victor Azama. For comments and inquiries, please call 08153418657 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Annie Abdul Salam. Thank you for listening. To have a good afternoon.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
You're welcome.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the alarm is the one who made the public know about
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your Premium Talk Radio station.
We are your Premium Talk Radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
It's that time on radio. Let's take you into the life and times of men and women who inspire, role models who have shaped the world.